A very good morning to everyone. Today, I would like to share on a title named Soak It Up. So from the picture itself, it explains on what I'm going to share today, which is ways and steps in handling chemical spillage. So when we talk about chemical spillage, what does it mean? Chemical spills are the uncontrolled release of hazardous chemical. It can be either a solid, liquid, or gas. So for us, basically mostly it's all liquid. Spillages can occur at any time due to mishandling, and if it happens, everyone in the area is at risk. Thus, it's important for the personnel to work at the unit to be trained to handle if this type of situation occurs. So what do we do when we have chemical spillage? Of course, we need the spillage kit. So this is an example on the picture here. There's an example of spillage kit which we keep in two places, which is in the store and also in manufacturing. Meaning that any units that keep chemicals will have this spillage kit just in case there's spillage. This spillage kit usage is only for small spill, which is about for spillage for less than 5 liter. What can we find in a spillage kit? There are three types of adsorbent. First, the Chemizot H+, adsorbent for spilled acid with indicator. Chemizot OH-, adsorbent and neutralizer for spilled alkali. And the third one is a all-rounder, which is a Chemizot granule. Besides these three adsorbent, we also have other equipments to help to facilitate in the process. First, you can see the absorbent cloth to help to clean up after the neutralization. pH strip to test the pH of the spilled chemical. PPE like goggle, respirator, rubber glove, and of course the pen and the broom and the clinical waste after the neutralization process complete. So how do we go about or steps that are involved in chemical spillage? First and foremost, of course, we have to alert others there is a spill, right? We can put up a signage to acknowledge to others, and then we isolate the area. We then open the chemical spillage kit and wear required protective equipment. Next, we have to determine which type of adsorbent to use. So how do we know which type of adsorbent to use? We first have to determine if the spilled chemical is corrosive or not. How would we know it's corrosive? We need to refer back to the MSDS of the chemical, which is Material Safety Data Sheet of the chemical. If it's corrosive, then we have to check the pH of the spilled chemical if it's acid or alkaline. If it's acid, then we have to use the Chemizot H+. If it's alkaline, then we use the Chemizot OH-. So if the Chemizot H+, we use and react with the acid, the color will change to pink. And once the neutralization process is complete, the pink will disappear. If it's a spilled alkaline where we use Chemizot OH, when react with alkaline, the color will change to light blue. And same as acid, the color will also disappear when neutralization is complete. Okay, for the third type, if it's non-corrosive, then we use the third type of adsorbent, which is the Chemizot granule. So this is an example of spillage of a scenario of acetic acid. So first we have to determine acetic acid if it is corrosive or not. So from the MSDS, we realize that we know that acetic acid is corrosive. Thus, the next step we have to take is to determine the pH of the spilled acetic acid. We use the pH paper. We put the pH paper in contact with the spilled chemical solution, and from there we can see the changes of color on the strip, as you can see on the right side of the picture over here. And we compare the color combination on the strip with the box of the pH paper, and from there, from pH box, and you can see, and we can know from there that this acetic acid, the pH is about 3 to 4, which tells us that acetic acid is a acidic spilled chemical. So once we know the spilled chemical is acidic, we then know which absorbent to use. So in this case, we will use the H plus absorbent. So this example of video, you can take a look at it. What happens when we pour the absorbent to the spilled acetic acid? As you can see from the video over here, that once in contact with acid, the color changes, meaning that the neutralization is taking place. And how will we know if the neutralization is complete? The pink color over here, which we see over here, it will become colorless. Okay, once it's complete, we then collect the absorbent and the chemical into a clinical waste plastic, and then wash the contaminated surface with plenty of water. This is generally the basic steps of how you handle a spilled chemical. So with this, I thank you for your kind attention.